Here it is. I need to plug in my phone. Alright, what up, everyone? Hopefully, you guys are all doing good. Good morning. I am late, but let's get going. Is this shut all the way? Okay. But yeah, like I said, I am late. I am late. We're just gonna get going here, and do our best. So, yeah, let's do this. So, all right, let's talk about what's going on. Javier beat Kirk. Hey, this is true. This is true. Javier, you did beat Kirk. Good morning. Good morning. Hopefully you guys are all doing good. Like I said, I am late. And you know what? I'm trying. So, anyway. Let's just get analyzing, get going, and see what we got going on for the day. So, as always, mainly, my main goal, as my trading has been evolving over time, I'm realizing all these markets is AMD. So you take a trade to get on site with AMD. That is it. So you kind of just have to always see the market in that lens of what's the AMD for today? What's the AMD that could be happening right now? And then constantly reframe that essentially all the time. Like you're reassessing every single second. But anyway, let's do some top-down analysis to start out the day. As always, that's pretty important. What is this? Has this been here this whole time? This void? Why does S&P have a void and NAS doesn't? It will be an interesting day. It's actually a bank holiday, but like, I mean, once again, it's like I show up to the charts every single day, and today it's the day after this dump, so we're probably going to get some movement. But yeah, it is interesting to see that S&P does have this void. Bro. Turn off all alarms. You went off too late. Turn off all alarms. Oh my. Turn off all alarms. Bro. I'm gonna have to go in and do it manually. Alright, we're good. We're good. That's so dumb. So my phone just turned on and then the alarm went off. So, okay. Yeah. So S&P has this void. It's interesting to see the market is interacting with this on S&P. NAS does not have this, but NAS does have a daily gap. And we swept out these lows and responded to this up close candle, so this breaker. So this is interesting, right? So S&P's got that daily void. NAS has got the daily fair value gap. Alright, let's go ahead and put this in just my general channel here. Oh my gosh, I cannot spell daily. From this point of view, you can kind of possibly frame a maybe a buy model back up to the high of all-time highs. As much as I I don't know. I'm always like, for some reason, naturally, I just love being bearish. I love fading everyone else, but you really just have to always lean to being bullish when you have these market conditions. So, okay, unless it's obvious that it's a sell model like it was the other time, but I mean, this kind of looks like maybe a sweep. So I'm gonna go. Then again, we're gonna keep doing analysis. I could be totally wrong. Jake General, what do you guys think? Do you guys think this is more of like a sweep, or do you think this is a higher time frame movement lower? I mean, we should have maybe started out at the weekly. Yeah, from a weekly perspective, when we look at the weekly, we got a, what up, Simon? How's it going? Yeah, from a weekly, we're doing top-down analysis right now, while we're kind of getting set up. From a weekly perspective, I mean, we essentially got this as a weekly gap on both assets. So, it kind of fits in with the weekly chart as well. Once again, like I was saying, as much as for some reason, I always like fading everyone else, so I always like being bearish when there's opportunity there. As much as I like that, I don't know, I could definitely see this being AMD back to the upside. We swept out this low. Did we have anything on YM? Like, oh, it's always good to look. So on the daily chart on YM, what was going on? So YM has a daily void here. It's so interesting. Like, why did YM and ES have a void and NAS didn't? But NAS had a daily gap. Interesting. I kind of want to see, was there like a new week opening gap we tapped into at the bottom? It's always interesting to see, like, maybe, but you know, we did use the bottom of this breaker, which is something. Oh yeah, the one thing I was gonna look at was, did we get SMT? If I'm not trading today. I don't trade big call days, bro. I trade the chart. I trade, is there volume, is there volatility, and does the chart look good according to my back testing? That's it. I don't overcomplicate it, and I just show up every single day. If it ends up being opportunity, then cool. If not, then cool. So yeah, I don't think there was SMT there, so that's something to consider, right? We do not have bullish SMT, from what I can tell, but there's also no bearish SMT, so we're kind of just sitting here in SMT no man's land. So yeah, we swept out the low into this gap. But the thing about this is, let's say even if this was true, right, this higher time frame idea, doesn't mean that Monday on a bank holiday is going to expand. If anything, Monday is on a bank holiday is more likely to consolidate, you know. So we are getting bearish SMT with this high. We might need to come back down take this low. What's our? Let's look at all of our highs and lows here. Let's get rid of this now. So higher time frame, I think I'm bullish, but short term, we're consolidating. All right. Okay, let's get midnight out on our chart. This is gonna be always as always important, and then 7:30. So we're above midnight and 7:30, which kind of by default makes me bearish because I just like to see, unless we did kind of manipulate midnight. So okay, we'll just have to see. I'm not gonna jump to conclusions yet. Oh yeah, I still have stat map. Forgot about that. We hit the New York statistical manipulation level. Maybe this is what? This is for the New York session, right? Why isn't the other one showing up? Oh, because 9:30 hasn't happened yet. Duh. Okay. I'm just gonna keep kind of getting a narrative. Oh, we do have London high. That could be a possible draw on liquidity. If you had to take a trade, you'd go long at 24,640. Wow, that's pretty far down. You think we'll go all the way down there? We do have bearish S&T here. So honestly, guys, I'm at the point in my trading where I like the simplicity of just marking out true opens and SMTs. Because if you have true opens, that's your premium discount levels. If you have SMTs, there's the bottom and top of your model for AMD. It really, when you think about it like that, like true opens and SMTs are all you need. SMT tells you, okay, there's the bottom and top of the model. Okay, true opens, premium, and discount. Kirk, you're like fifth, bro. You're like fifth. But do you guys get what I mean? Like, it keeps it very, very simple. True opens give me premium and discount. SMTs give me the bottom of the model or the top. And then I take my entry to get onside with distribution. So we are getting bearish SMT here. So the market did react out of this. So this is a nice rejection block. right? You can clearly see how obvious this is, right? It just pops off the chart. You can kind of just tell this is a rejection block. You might take it. You might take the long. Okay, and then we're above 922 as well. Yeah, guys, I'm not going to lie. If we get this Phoenix model, I'm going to take it. This is clean. Actually, I might. You know what I'll probably do? I'll wait for change in state delivery off of it. Just as, you know, always just kind of, that's the kind of safe way to do it. Dang, that's pretty cool. That's cool. Okay, where's my phone at? I gotta get ready in case we get this, dude. Right? Because do you guys see what I'm seeing? Right? This would all be accumulation, manipulation, rejection block, 1 hour candles bearish. It's actually a very important thing to look at. Yeah. Kirk, what? Fly emoji? Okay, so we just hit this 922 spot. It's always interesting to see, okay, was this a 90-minute SMT? It was not. It was not 90-minute SMT. So honestly, maybe the safe way to take this trade is a 15-minute rejection block. I don't know. Or we could take this as a 2022 model, right? Because now we've framed out. Now we framed out the manipulation. Where's the first presented for value gap? Oh, this was a 2022 model, dude. Once again, guys, do you see how we can identify Phoenix model and then use Phoenix model, which is the rejection block? So here's the original Phoenix model, right? Oh man. Why YM1 always give good momentum? Because it's always diverging the most. And so that's basically why is it needs to, a lot of time it'll create the SMTs. Let's actually look at YM. That's crazy, bro. That's crazy. Yeah, so a lot of time YM is needing to take out some kind of like true open. So yeah, we'll probably go run these lows. I didn't see any opportunity, so, you know, I'm fine. I'm chilling. But, yeah, so you can clearly see, right, we had all this as accumulation. Oop. Patience is key, guys. If you don't see something, just chill. But you can see all this was accumulation, right? The SMT above the true opens confirmed to me, yo, this is probably manipulation right here. So accumulation. We were above every single true open, so I was like, okay, it's probably manipulation here. And then the rejection block, you can see the rejection block. There's Phoenix model, and then we broke structure. There's the 2022 model. Now we're getting distribution. That's crazy. That's crazy. Yeah, so once again, we got this now. Now maybe we'll get a move back higher. It's always possible because this could have been the Judas swing, right? This could have been. But we did just acknowledge this first AMD cycle that just occurred in the market. You see what I'm saying, right? We were above every single true open. And we got SMT. Now we're below every single true open. Okay, things are getting really interesting now, right? Now we could get magneto effect, because what is that? What even is magneto effect? I've never even made a video on it. I've never even talked about it. Magneto effect is when you have a SMT that's not time based. So this one's not time based because it's with 635 and 908, which is not a sequential SMT. It's not between 90-minute quarters. So if we want to see sequential SMT, we want to see SMT with the low of in between 730 and 9. And you can see that's right here. So right now we are getting a 90-minute SMT here below every single true open. So this could be Dark Phoenix at the low here, meaning this could be very possibly the low if this 90-minute SMT were to hold. So let me pull up the 90-minute SMT. Shoot, where even is it? So what I'm saying is if this 90-minute SMT held below all these true opens, then what we could get is we could get magneto effect back up to the original SMT. Makes sense, because this one's time based. This one's not time based. And if this actually played out, then I'm probably gonna make a video on magneto effect pretty soon. Alright, gotta set the daily loss limit on this account. Waiting for something obvious, guys, as always. Okay, daily loss limit is set. Let's go ahead and put this up here. You know what would make this pretty cool is if this was a new day opening gap down here. Oh my gosh, new week opening gap at the low. Observe that, guys. Observe that. New week opening gap at the low. Oh my gosh. Okay, okay, let's get rid of this. yeah, so we got to clean up the chart here a little bit. I want to make this darker. So we have this original SMT. That's going to possibly become liquidity now that we got a sequential SMT at the low. Oh my gosh, why does this keep turning off? I gotta turn off low power mode. Okay, low power mode is off. Wait, let me figure out the risk. So if I was to do one, before I do any more analysis, let me figure out the risk. So if I was to do, so this is telling me exactly how many micros to buy on personal. Oh wow, so 1 micro is gonna have a stop loss of that. That's okay. So that's because so this is 400 on NAS. So this is 40. Oh wow. So this would be 40 on a micro. So this is wow. This is a not that much room to work with on personal. Not that much room to work with on personal at all. So maybe I won't take a trade on personal today. Okay, so this is happening, right? This is happening. So yeah, we got time-based SMT at the lows. So what I'm looking for is, okay, hang on. Still trying to figure out the risk. Okay. Hit first presented for value gap. Ooh, nice, nice. Okay, plus 780 funny unfunded. Got that rejection block long on the woman because of iCivi. Dang, let's go, Kirk. Clean as heck. Oh my gosh. I'm kind of overwhelmed with this. Because I'm trying to figure out the risk. Oh, here it is. Risk rules. Okay, so just multiply it by 4. Just multiply this by 4 to get the top step. So if it was 0.6, wait, no, not multiply by 4. It would be 3. So 3 times 4 is 12. Okay. I get it now. I get it. Okay. So now we've kind of identified this as manipulation here. See if this is a GB. Let's see if this is in our GB range. Dang, Kirk, nice. So we did just sweep liquidity into the low of this range, of this higher time frame range. So this could be a very high time frame trade here. Let's go back to the 81, and let's scroll up to one more. Yeah, that's too small of a dealing range for it to be helpful. But yeah, I do think this is AMD. We just tapped the NWOG. Okay, so this looks like a 1 minute for value gap. So maybe we take this on a 2022 model. Okay, I'm gonna... Where's equilibrium? I'm gonna take this 2022 model. Well, let me actually be thoughtful about this. So if we induce this low, I'll take the 2022 model. I want to see an inducement of that low. Where's equilibrium? Yeah, if we get an inducement of this low, I'll probably take this. The only thing is, do we have one SMT? I'm trying to be thoughtful. I don't want to rush into it. I gotta be thoughtful. I don't want to force it, you know? I don't want to force it. Might chill, actually. But you can see how this 2022 model is playing out, right? We have a fair value gap. We definitely just took midnight there. So, but it is, if you're not sure, it is always okay to just chill, you know? It is okay. It's always okay to just chill if you're not sure. Where's the first presented for value gap? 933. It's right here. Oh, we just got it. I don't want to force a trade, but like, we inverse the first presented for value gap. I think I'm forcing it. But yeah, I pretty clearly, seems like I've got AMD framed, but then again, I kind of want to wait for another manipulation. This, I want to see if there's a precision swing point here, because this is the type of thing where there might actually be precision swing point at the low. Once again, if we induce this, that might be the move. That might be the move. And then we get in. Yeah, I'm honestly thinking let's just be patient. Let's see if we induce this low. So accumulation, 90-minute sweep, the manipulation. Alright, so I'd kind of be very interested to see inducement here. What is this? YM. So we'll be getting SMT with YM, which will be 22-minute SMT, I'm pretty sure. Oh, what's the true open? The true open is okay, we are going up. I could have just taken the inversion, honestly. This is the issue with trading. It's like, okay, well, I don't want to chase, but I did know that this was occurring, and I don't know what to do. I don't feel the need to chase, though. I'm just going to chill out. There was a 3-minute inversion. I don't know. That's not really my cup of tea. So yeah, magneto effect. You can see the magneto effect playing out pretty clearly, right? We have a sequential SMT, non-sequential SMT. The market comes to target this old non-sequential SMT as liquidity, right? So yeah, once again, I'm kind of just chilling right now. Here's the first one for value gap. So one thing we could look for is maybe we need to come back and use this again. We could have gotten in on Phoenix model at the low. No, I mean, it's not that, though. I just didn't know what the entry would have been. I could have... the entry was probably just 2022 model. No, I'm just being patient. I'm just being patient. We did end up reusing this first one for value gap. I'm just being patient, Kirk. I don't think it's a bad thing. So once again, we swept liquidity at the low of a bottom of a higher time frame dealing range right now. So with that in mind, guys, I'm actually considering this to be a much bigger trade than you guys might be thinking. Like, you might just think, oh, we're probably just going to go up to this high. No, we actually could go quite a ways higher. Look, right? Let me bring this down here. So we could take this as a higher time frame trade. Right, you see how we got liquidity sweep. Bro, what? Sticking to one model, my model is AMD, bro. I don't get the issue. I'm just being patient. Bro, just let me do me. So we got this GB order block. It's aligned with the first plan for value gap in the order block partition. So what I'm going to look for is if we retest the first presented for value gap, I'm going to take a first strike out of it. That's going to be pretty nice. I don't know if we're going to get it. Oh, man, we might not get it. Gonna have to get kind of a decent retracement here. Guys, everyone's got their style. My style is patience. Like, I'm not rushing. So what? So what? 1,000 models, that's the market doesn't respect one model. The market doesn't care about your model. The market cares about AMD. I'm just saying. Alright, so once again, I guess the main thing I could see us getting a trade off of would be pushing back down into first potential value gap and then expanding. We've got the model framed. Bro, it makes no difference if I take an inversion for value gap or a change in state. Oh my. We are getting a 5-minute change in state of delivery. I might just take this, guys, because I think we'll expand higher because this all is AMD. Yeah, I think this 5-minute change of state is the move if we get it. And then you can go break even pretty fast if you want. Right? You can go break even at this high. And the nice thing about this is you can go, yeah, you can get an entry within this higher time frame. From a dealing range perspective, once again, we got the high and the high of the dealing range as our target. That's kind of what I would see. So that's probably the final take profit is what I would do. So yeah, if we get this 5-minute change in state, 0.4, so that's 2 times 4 is 8. So, the ultimate question, if this was in my journal, according to my back testing, would I like it? Would I approve of it? Honestly, yes, dude. On personal, you might need to I might need to wait for a retest of this. Okay, I'm gonna take this.
Order filled.
All right, I'm in. So, you guys see that I entered. What did I do? Why did I take this? Because higher time frame dealing range, it's pretty clear we have room to run. This was all accumulation. We got a time-based SMT, 5-minute change in state, and I think we'll expand back up based off of the higher time frame. So You could take profit here, or you could just go break even here and let it run. Or you could go break even now. It's up to you. For me, I'll probably go break even in there. Like here. So we ran into an issue once again where on personal I got stopped out, but I still think the trade is valid. Alright, so just so you can see the trade I'm taking on Top Step, here it is. Then I'll target, I'm going to target the dealing range high. Then I'm going to go break even here. So yeah, I'm targeting the dealing range high. See, I think we're having an issue with personal where unless the trade can be taken with the size that it's supposed to on personal, I shouldn't take it on personal. That's the lesson on personal, guys. I can't take a trade unless it's taken with the size that it's supposed to on personal. So, is what it is. I might even just take profit there, but probably not. I'm expecting expansion. Yeah, so that's the lesson learned for today is because the stop loss I couldn't take it on personal with the stop loss that I should have had. Like you gotta, I can only take a trade if there's if it's allowed on if there's enough stop loss room on personal. So that's the lesson learned for me. So let's get rid of ES for now. Or not ES. Let's get rid of YM. Alright, I'm gonna go eat something or something, I don't know. I hope we hit break even. Well, we'll see. I'm going to move break even to if we retake this internal high. I mean, price action looks clean. If there's bearish SMT, then maybe I'll get out. Well, we'll see. We could get an inducement of this low here. My gosh. Last line of defense will be this 5-minute change in state that's below, right? If this holds. But this is why I don't usually prefer to wait for the higher time frame confirmation, because by the time you get that entry on the higher time frame, yeah, by
Order
the time,
filled.
There we go, I got stopped out. By the time you get the entry on the higher time frame, it's like, well, now you're not even below the true opens anymore. Do you get what I'm saying? So this 5-minute change in state could deliver us higher still. Yeah, so to Gary, just to explain to Gary, this is why I don't like higher time frames, because I could have got a lower time frame entry. Like, let's say I took this as Dark Phoenix, like I was thinking, right? At the new week opening gap, it would have gone all the way to TP. If I took this as that 1 minute 2022 model, it'd go all the way to TP. By the time I get the 5-minute entry, 5-minute change in state, it's like, it just fails, it just flops, because everyone else is trading, like, we're not in higher time frame expansion. Oh my gosh. Why did I take a 5-minute change in state on a day where there's not higher time frame expansion? Why did I take a 5-minute change in state delivery on a day I knew we weren't going to have higher time frame expansion? That was stupid, bro. Oh. It's for the journal. Lesson for the journal. But yeah, the lesson is, today was not a day to expect higher time frame expansion. Um, Gary, you can trade like as long as price action looks clean. That's what matters. That's the thing. And there was a 1 minute. No, Kirk. No, no. It's not too many models. That's not the issue. But we had a 1 minute for Vigap. We expanded off of it. I almost took the 1 minute for Vigap. I should have just taken the 1 minute for Vigap. Once again, my issue is higher time frames. I keep trading the higher time frames when I should just like on a day like today, when no, Gary, no. The issue is I'm trading the higher time frames on a day like today. I could have gotten in on the lower time frame AMD, knowing that we weren't gonna expand today on the higher time frame. No. The issue was the issue was stupid. Trying to take a higher time frame trade on a bank holiday because we're only gonna have lower time frame AMD on a bank holiday. We're not gonna have higher time frame expansion on a bank holiday. So yeah, my issues higher time frames. I should never trade higher time frame trades. On a bank holiday. I'm mostly just trying to like fade Gary right now because like Gary's saying my issue is usually that I'm not taking higher time frame trades, and I'm like, dude, the lower time frame one worked out today and the higher time frame one didn't. Right? That's why it's just like, okay, I just have to trust myself and stop listening to other people because guess what? If I took the lower time frame trade, which is this 2022 model, on the 1 minute after we got sequential SMT, then I actually would have banked today. And if I had just ignored everyone else telling me I have to take higher time frame trades, it's like, no, it's a bank holiday. I know that we're not going to get expansion, so we got to trade the lower time frame because it's going to have lower time frame AMD instead of higher time frame. Once again, my issue is listening to other people because other people say you got to trade the higher time frame, and then they also say don't trade a bank holiday. But it's like you don't understand that you're not going to get expansion on a bank holiday, so you can't trade higher time frames. And it's just like everyone telling me different things. It's distracting. It's very distracting. It's very, very distracting. I'm not trying to be. I should have just taken this 2022 model, bro. And I learned another lesson. If I can't take the trade with the appropriate risk on personal, no more of that. No more taking the trade on personal with a tighter stop loss if I can't take the risk with the appropriate stop loss. No more of that. I have to stop doing that. So that's another lesson I learned today. Whatever. The important thing today, guys, is I learned a couple things. One, I am done. Yeah, so I learned a couple things today. Number one, if I can't take the trade on the personal on my personal account because I take the trade on like Top Step, for instance, as normal, but then the on personal, because I have to buy at least one micro. But let me restart because I'm overcomplicating it. If I can't have my stop loss to be where it needs to be on personal because I have to buy at least one micro, I can't take that trade on personal. I just can't. That's an absolute hard rule. No more breaking that, right? If I can't take the trade on personal due to, there's not enough room, the stop loss is too small, I just can't take it. Or I can't put the stop loss where it's supposed to be, I can't take it. And then the other thing I learned is, that's basically it. I learned from that. So, you can see if we took this as a 2022 for value gap, well, then I would have banked, right? And that was almost gonna take this. You guys saw me how I almost took this, and the lesson here is like it's a bank holiday. I should not have expected higher time from expansion. I knew it was a bank holiday. So that's the trade I should have taken. Yeah, bro, I'm not trying to be rude to you guys, chat, but like it's very frustrating to have chat telling me all these things. Like, here's what you have to do. Here's what you have to do. Because my whole entire... Like, at the end of the day, guys, if you want to be a profitable trader, you have to trust yourself in your own back testing. And it ties back to that video I made on listening to other people in trading. The only one who's going to be able to make a decision on the charts is yourself. You have to get to the point with your conviction you can trust yourself and make decisions based off of your own confidence. And the issue is if chat's telling me this is how you have to trade, it becomes very, very distracting for someone. You want to be able to make your own decisions, right? So I don't know. I'm not upset, guys. You guys can say whatever you want. It's just like I appreciate the advice, but at the end of the day, I'm gonna do what I want to do. So if you guys don't like that I'm doing the trading the way that I am, like, I'm sorry, but I'm going to keep trading the way that I am. So, yeah. Much love, though, chat. Much love. Hopefully that made sense. But yeah, I should have taken that as a 2022 gap. We're going to take some good notes today, learn a lot, and I'm getting the risk level set up a little better. So I'm naming them I'm naming them level 1, level 2, level 3, level 4, level 5, and based off of the risk level, I know the interpretation of the calculations in my head instantly across all the accounts. Alright, I'm liking this. I'm liking this idea. Alright, I appreciate it, Snowman. Much love, man. Much love. Much love. Yeah, this 2022 for value app was nice. You can see the Magneto effect played out incredibly well. Looks like we had some kind of... It was so fascinating. It's like, did we use this as Phoenix model? It was like we almost did, but we didn't. Okay, I'm going to go on a walk, but I will come back and journal. I will keep tape reading. That's okay, man. We're all just getting better. We're all just getting better. But yeah, I'm getting better with the conversions, and yeah. Because I had to read the reason I got really good at the conversions, and then the issue is I switched how I'm risking on the way that I'm risking on personal, and that made things tricky because then I had to learn how to calculate it again. So yeah, post trade. Basically the lesson I learned is, I should not have taken. This was a bank holiday. I should have gone into the day anticipating bank holidays to not expand. I mean, you're not gonna expect you don't expect expansion on a bank holiday. Because of that, price action still looked clean. It just was not set up for a higher time frame trade. So I could have taken a trade. I should have taken a trade, just not a higher time frame trade because price action is clean. We're not expecting expansion. I can take a trade on a lower time frame. Well done, Snowman. Well done, bro. Well done. Very proud of you. So yeah, we will journal. Just getting back on the charts. I didn't get my entry by a long shot. Yeah, rip. But you guys saw how we got the 90-minute SSMT tapping that new week opening gap, right? That was pretty cool. You have to admit. And this is the type of stuff that's like why quarterly theory is so powerful. Like I bet you the reason that we actually came down and we popped this low into the new week opening gap, the reason was probably because we had a precision swing point. So let's get rid of everything else on the chart here. But we were below all the true opens into the new week opening gap. Oh, that's YM. Yeah, so that's so fascinating. I can see the precision swing point. It's right here. But what happens is kind of interesting, actually. With this precision swing point, we actually sweep it on NQ, but we hold it on ES. Now that is really interesting, guys. So do you guys see what I'm talking about? This candle is red. Oops. This candle is red on the 30-second. I don't know. It's not necessarily a swing point. It's just a precision candle, but still. And then this candle is green on ES. So this is one of the most powerful PD rays when you're coming off of a new day opening gap with sequential SMT. This is 30-second precision swing point. And the interesting part about this precision swing point is we actually form SMT on one asset, but not on the other asset. You see that? Or not SMT, but we get a sweep of the precision swing point on one asset and then not on the other asset. Both of them are inducement though, right? We induce this low on both of them. which is just kind of cool. That was your limit entry? Nice, Kirk. Nah, I don't have... Guys, I don't have too many models. It's all AMD. Like, the entry doesn't matter. I just... Today, I took a higher time from trade on a day where I should not have taken a higher time from trade. I should have taken a lower time from trade because it was a bank holiday. It doesn't have to do with me having too many models. It's just so frustrating. Like, guys, it's all just AMD. And it's not overcomplicating it. Like I said, like, that's good. Like, I'm telling you, like, great job. I'm not saying, you know, what you're doing is you're not doing a good job. I'm just saying just because you made money and I did it doesn't mean that I did. Like, I just messed up. It's not that AMD is not a thing. AMD is a thing. It's happening in all markets. It's just I took a higher time from trade when I should have been taking a lower time from trade because it's a bank holiday. So yeah, once again, if I could redo today, I hesitated at this 2022 model. I should have just taken it. Because we had conviction in the SSMT. I don't really give a crap what Bruce Lee, bro. AMD is one model. It's all models are the same model. It's all AMD. Every single model is all part of the same algorithm, which is AMD. Kirk, I'm honestly getting kind of annoyed, bro. guys, I learned something today. I learned that I'm not taking trades on personal anymore unless the appropriate stop loss can be taken with it. So you get what I'm saying? So if I take a trade on the other accounts and it's an adequate stop loss for those accounts, that's fine. But if I can't have an adequate stop loss on personal, then I can't take it. Lesson learned. Make sense? Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and journal the trade. AMD is bro, AMD is trading. Trading is AMD. Your model is not even. Your model has to follow AMD. If it doesn't follow AMD, it's not a valid model. Oh my gosh. I'm honestly, Kirk, I'm trying to help you, bro. Yeah. All right, I learned a lot today. So, what I learned. So, I oh, no way. That's sweet. I learned a lot today. First of all, I need if I cannot take the same trade on personal with I cannot take the same trade on personal if I can't have an adequate stop loss risking 1 micro. No more of that. This is the last time that is happening. If I am unable to take the same trade on personal, then it simply only gets copy traded across the accounts. The next thing I learned is since today was a bank holiday and it was not expecting higher time frame expansion, I needed to find a lower time frame entry to get on side with a lower time frame. AMD, not a higher time frame one. Makes sense. And that's basically the key with today is it's a bank holiday, so I should have done a lower time frame entry. And you can see that would have worked out pretty well with this 2022 gap. So yeah, post-trade approval. Okay, this is where it gets complicated because, like, yes, I like the trade in the moment. I'm gonna give it post trade approval because it was clean. It was a clean change of state delivery. It was obvious, but you can't take it on a bank holiday. You can't take that specific kind of trade on a bank holiday. All right. 9:55. It was going into the macro though, so I tried my best. And then yeah, let's just mark it up. So yeah, we had a giant range. We took out. Let's draw it out. Once again, I needed to get in on the lower time frame AMD at that low. Not by the time we got the higher time frame change in state, it was too late. That's why I don't like higher time frame sometimes. Because it's like by the time we get it, it's too late. You have to make sure you trade the AMD with the appropriate of the appropriate cycle. And once again, the reason I liked this a lot was we took midnight, we took 7:30. Thought we'd continue. Okay. I guess I took this as just a CISD close. Okay. I wanna post it. I'm just lazy right now. Like, I don't know. I might not post it because I'm kind of feeling lazy. Is that bad? I don't know. I'll post it. Maybe now you'll get your entry. Yeah, hopefully. Alright, I'm done. 5 minutes left on my live trading window. Alright. No. The trade I took, bro, it flopped. But you know why? It's a bank holiday, and I'm not trying to blame it on the bank holiday. What I'm saying is the narrative I had, the bias I had was this 90-minute SMT to drive price back up to these low resistance highs. I should have taken this as a lower time frame trade. Because of that, if I had taken the lower time frame 2022 model, I would have probably hit 2 or 3R. And I should not have taken a 5-minute entry on a bank holiday. That's the lesson. Lower time frames are going to rule on days where you're not expecting expansion. Period. End of story, right? Lower time frames are going to rule on days where you're not expecting expansion. So, that's the lesson. It's fine. It's fine. 3 minutes left. I'm gonna go on a little walk and then yeah, we'll call it. But today was an excellent example of the Magneto effect. Beautiful example of the Magneto effect, bro. Oh my gosh. I need to make a video on the Magneto effect. It's pretty powerful. Alright guys, it's close enough to 11:10. It's 1 minute away. I'm just going to end the stream here. Thank you guys so much for watching. We're going to keep going. As always, I'm never going to stop. And I will see you guys in the next one.